On this edition of Film Industry Pros, we had a chance to chat with Director of Photography Jeremy Bell. Known by his peers as JB or Bit of Films, is a seasoned DP in the film industry who has had the opportunity to work for REVOLT, Dollar Baby Entertainment, Magnum, MMG, and more. In his visit to date, JB was able to check out all that the school offers in a student-led tour of the school's ecosystems and CTAE program. Let's get into some of my favorite takeaways from our sit-down with the industry professional, JB.
What were some of your influences or inspirations to get involved in film?
Kind of what I got involved in film before. Well, I fell in love with filmmaking before I fell in love with film. So just like some of you, I was 10, 11 years old with my mom's handycam running around the house and just filming everything. I'm setting up the camera in the corner, and then I'm waiting on my brother to walk out the door, and I'm scaring him. You know what I mean? I'm just filming pranks. I'm filming dumb stuff. I'm filming just anything and everything, just to play with the camera, because we didn't really have much else to play with. So filmmaking was just something to do. It was fun, and it was funny. I just filmed funny things around the house. My brothers play fighting, outside with the friends, basketball games, freestyles, anything and everything, just filming,
Right,
and then we could, the fun part about it was going back and plugging up the camera to the TV and just watching hours of unedited footage, just looking at us play around, So that's kind of what got me into film.
So let me ask you a question. What does it take to become a good director of photography?
Well, a good director of photography, for one, knows how to lead. Director of photography is a key position on these sets. It is a lead position. So basically, I am over the lighting department and I'm over the camera department, and I make the calls on whether we're gonna light it this way, that way, whether we're gonna rig it from the ceiling, or we're gonna, bring in a stand, or I make those calls to the lighting department and say, hey, rig my lights this way, as well as I make the calls for the camera department and say, hey, we're gonna use this lens, we're gonna use this stabilization system, we're gonna use, this is the low shot, we're gonna move fast, everything. So I think what makes a great director of photography is someone that knows how to communicate very well throughout every department, whether you're talking to the levels above you or talking to the levels below you. I think it's very important that you just have very great communication skills and know what it takes. A lot of things in my field comes from, a lot of knowledge comes from just experience. Going through it more than one time, being in that situation multiple times, like, all right, I know what to do. I know we got an hour to light this scene. All right, I know, some calls that I could make to make this job easier for my people that's working with me and under me, as well as my client that's have these expectations of getting this job done,
Indeed. So what are you working on now? I think you mentioned that you actually have a teaching engagement coming up. You guys are putting together some workshops and things. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on right now.
So under Kinship Academy, which is me and my business partner Tracey, it's an ongoing process. So this has been 3-4 years in the making, but right now in my installment, I have what they call Plug In with JB. And that is a 3-day workshop here in Atlanta, Georgia, where we break production down in 3 days. Our first day, we talk about production in a whole, the hierarchy, the chain of commands in production, how it's ran, and a lot of people think that you need a camera to come to these classes and workshops. And I tell people all the time, your first probably 50 jobs is not going to require any equipment. You know what I mean? It's going to require you sharpen this tool up here. You know what I mean? Know how to listen, know how to work, but you don't have to own equipment a lot of times to get started in this at all.
Okay. You see the equipment is there.
Yeah, equipment is there. You don't need to, no.
Okay. So you work with a lot of artists and a lot of musicians. Mm-hmm. What was one of your favorite jobs and why?
Well, I had a job last night that was only took like 7 hours. So I would say that would be a favorite
Okay.
of 2022. Last night I was working. Have you guys heard of Jacquees, the king of R&B? Yeah, yeah. So we just knocked out a video last night with Jacquees. We was up till 3 o'clock in the morning, shooting in the cold.
Oh, outside?
Yeah, outside.
Oh man.
Yes, yes, that was cool. So that was I like easy jobs, man. I like,
Right.
So that was cool. Another one would be The Baby. You've heard of The Baby? Okay, of course, right. So we did a video about 3 months ago with The Baby and Moneybag Yo. We did that in Charlotte. That was a favorite just because I was able to pretty much get my whole team on that job as well. It wasn't just me going, it was me and I think we had like 12 of us.
Nice.
Ride up to Charlotte and crew it up, stayed in the hotels and got treated nice, ate good.
Okay,
slept good.
so that brings me to one of my last questions. How much does a DP make?
Ooh, not enough. Not enough.
Well,
it
give us
it depends.
a range, full-time DP in the industry.
Um,
What's the floor and what's the ceiling?
Our day rates can start out, I'd say the floor could be like maybe 600 a day.
Okay.
600, 750 a day. Ceiling, I don't know the ceiling. I'd say a nice payday for me would be around like $4,000, $4,500 for a day, 12 hours.
Okay. Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, but I'm not working every day. I'm not doing 30 days, and you know what I mean. I might have 3 jobs that month.
Right.
I might have. It's ups and downs. It's not. I work by gigs, so I don't have a company that's just paying me to show up every day. No, I have to go get every job that I get. I have to be recommended for every job. So that's why it's really important to do a good job every time, no matter who's watching, because I'm only as good as my last project. My last project is what's gonna get me to my next project. So whether or not they pay me $100 or $1,000, I have to do my best to say, hey, here's my most recent work, here's what I can do. Because when the video comes out, it's not gonna say, well, director Jeremy Bell was only given $300 to make the.
Right.
No one cares.
Right.
What's it look like?
Right.
It's out, so. Yeah.
Well, I think our time is up. This has been another
Cool.
Just Cause here at Date Academy. Thank you all out there. Thank you, Mr. Jeremy, JB.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Really appreciate it, man. Really do. Thank you. And thank you guys.
Hey, everybody, let's take a picture. Everybody come on stage.
This has been another edition of Film Industry Pros at Date
Show
Academy,
people to the front.
brought to you by Steam Teams and Kinship Academy. Make sure you visit us online and check out our Industry Pros playlist on YouTube. See you on the next one.